Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Look what I've got! Now, I do apologise firstly because I didn't film the day that I put the polytunnel up, but really, how many of you want to see a time-lapse of me putting a polytunnel up? Probably not that many of you. But this polytunnel is 2x5 by 2 meters, and it was from Wilkinson's, but it is supplied by an external supplier of theirs. I don't actually know who that is. It was £70, which I think is actually quite reasonable for a polytunnel. I'm just going to take a little seat whilst I talk to you. Yeah, so £70 I think is reasonable for a first polytunnel. Obviously you can spend thousands on them, but I've never grown in a polytunnel before, so I'm just going to give it a try, see what it's like. This is not the angle, is it? Yeah, give it a try. Now, unfortunately, the cover did rip as I was putting it over, with no excessive force from myself. It did just tear from the corner. I contacted Wilkinson's, they contacted their supplier, and they were basically told that they don't make just covers, they make the whole unit and that's it, so they can't supply me with a new cover. And it was also mouldy in a few places when it arrived, which is a shame on sort of like the fabric parts of it. So yeah, it's just ripped down in the corner here. Let me show you. Oh. Just down here, it just came apart. So this bit was meant to be separate, and then it's just sort of carried on that split, not intentionally. But yeah, it's up, it's beautiful. There's lots of condensation in it today, which I don't really think is an issue. I haven't got anything growing in there, but I have just opened it for a bit whilst I'm here, just to let some air circulate. In all honesty, let me just show you, let me walk this way. So I dug this side into the ground in terms of the cover. All of the poles have been sunken into the ground anyway, but this cover is in the ground this side. I was going to do it the other side and then I split the cover, so I thought I won't dig the other side in. I'll wait to see if I can get a replacement cover first, which obviously I can't. So I was going to dig the other side in, but you know what? It's weighted down. It's not a job that I want to do today, so I'm not going to do it, which totally isn't the attitude to have, but I've got jobs to do back at home as well, so I didn't want to spend too long down here today. But I've got literally a shed load of cardboard in my shed. Very grateful to have been able to order lots of parcels. I've ordered some new tools for the shed, including a hoe. And they've all come in huge cardboard boxes, which was good timing because I was needing some cardboard for my beds. So I've brought all of that down today. I haven't taken all of the sellotape and stuff off of it yet, but I will do that as and when I find 5 minutes. Ordered a couple of other pieces from Wilkinson's, one being my tulips, which I will grab, but they're actually going in my garden at home. So I got a big net of tulip bulbs. They can be planted between September and December, so I need to get them in. They're £4 on the label, but I think I paid £2. I think they were half price. And then I also brought a bunch of onions, basically. These ones here, again from Wilkinson's, and I think they were half price, so I think they were £1.25. There's 50 onions, and it's a mixed bag of different ones, and they can go in September to December as well. So I don't think I'll get that job done today, purely because I need some more compost before I make another raised bed. So that's my mission this week, is to locate some more compost, and then I can get those in the ground hopefully next weekend at some point. I brought a couple of storage boxes, big one and a little one, just for here down at the shed. Oh, it's so beautiful and sunny. It's actually quite warm, and I brought a hand brush as well because I just thought that was useful for getting things off the top of my polytunnel, tidying things up, that sort of thing. But But yeah, the job that I'm going to do today, now that I've brought all of this stuff down, is split my rhubarb. Now, I do believe that that's a job that needs to be done in November, and we have just gone into December, but the season has been quite weird. In autumn, we've had a really mild autumn, and it's just turned cold now in December. So I think I'll get away with it, because I think they say November because everything starts to become quite dormant. But yeah, I'm hoping that I do actually have a rhubarb plant in there, because I'm not actually convinced. It was rubbish this year in terms of sort of like the fruit that it gave. It was really pants. I had about 2 stalks and they weren't any good, but I know that that's my fault because I should have split it last year. I think the plant is about 4 or 5 years old now, probably 5 years, so it definitely should have been split by now. It's quite mature to still be in a pot as well. So yeah, completely my fault, but I just think I'm going to give it a try splitting it today. If it doesn't work, then I think it was past it anyway. So it's I can't think of the word, but it's worth chancing it basically, because it's either not going to come back next year anyway if I don't split it, or it might come back next year really good. I've got loads of these little insects on my plot and they're not bothering me that much, but they're just bizarre. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and show you, because they're really I just don't want anybody to tell me that they're maggots, because that will freak me out. 2 seconds. They're these little things here. They're tiny, but they're like little witchy grubs. They're really gross. So please someone tell me that they're really beneficial to my plot, and it's an amazing sign that they're here. And don't tell me that they're maggots, because I'll freak out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna, oh, I've got low battery on my phone. I'm gonna dig my rhubarb in here. So I'm just gonna make a couple of holes in the, what's it? Weed suppressant, split my rhubarb and pop each of them into each of the holes. And I've got some really good compost or manure even. I've got alpaca manure, which you can plant straight into apparently, and rhubarb are hungry feeders, so I'm going to give them the good stuff. I'm going to give them the alpaca manure, and yeah, someone just walked past and it always puts me off. Yeah, give them the alpaca manure, and fingers crossed it comes back next summer, because I just love rhubarb. See if we've actually got a rhubarb crown in here. Oh, come on, please be good. I don't have my gloves on and I should. Am I being too savage with it? I'm guessing it's in the middle, so I'm just pulling away. Oh, gosh, that's heavy. Okay, I can't film this and do this at the same time. Ooh. so I can see the shoots in here now. It's really hard because this is pretty much all rhubarb crown. Oh my word, that is so heavy. So heavy. There's some nice worms in here. But yeah, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really sure how you're meant to split it. When I watched a video online, it said about looking for new growth, like new shoots. But oh my word, I can't see that in amongst all of this mud. So I'm going to just give it a go, and I'm going to split it. Maybe these are the new shoots. These probably are the new shoots, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to give it a go and split it between these. I don't know if I'll get 4 or 5 out of this, but on the YouTube video, I think it was a Gardener's World clip from years ago, and they were savage, and they were like, it does look savage, but it's fine. Basically, they just got a spade and they just chopped it with the spade. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to cut my holes. I think I'm going to, or do I split it first? No, I'll split it first so I know how many holes I need. I think I'm going to try for 4. Then once I've got all of my sections and I know how many holes I need, I'll do my holes. I'm going to put some of this back into it, just because there does seem to be quite a lot of worms and stuff in there, so I'd like them to get back in. Going to put my alpaca poo in there, and then get these in. In fact, I'll probably top it back over with this. Yeah, wish me luck, 'cause I have no idea what I'm doing. Wow, my word. Oh, okay. Okay, I've done something. You see that? My word. Oh my god. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side. Oh, that might be a bit small. Is there a shoot in there? There is a shoot in there. 2. Oh. It's really weird. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. It's almost like wood. Okay. Oh, I think I've got 5. Oh, my goodness. I think I've got 5, so I'm going to make 5 holes and I'll get back to you. Because my battery's running low, so I'm not going to film myself digging a hole. A little bit not very neat, but basically what I've done is I've cut an X in my weed suppressant, 1, 2, 3, and dug out a hole, filled it with some compost, popped the, alpaca manure I've used, popped the rhubarb crowns in, and then covered it back over with compost and a little bit of the soil from the pot, because the pot wasn't actually too weedy or anything like that. So put that in my pocket. Yeah, so I think it was pretty good stuff. I fed it every year, so it'll do to just top it. And then in here, I've just popped my other 2 crowns that I had before. Realistically, one of them looked as though it was no good whatsoever, and one of them looked okay. So I'm just going to give it a blast in there again next year, because it's done really well in there every year up until last year. So I do think as long as you're topping it up with enough compost and feed, it's okay as like 1 piece of the crown, but like 5, probably a bit too much. So yeah, so I have these 3 here that I'm hoping are going to be the best established, especially this one in the middle because it was the biggest. So I'm hoping I'm going to have a massive amount of, oh my gosh, the rain's really starting to come down, which is why I stopped and didn't do a 4th. Yeah, hoping that I'm going to have some really well established rhubarb. I need to sweep all of this mud really, but again, not a job for today because I'm not in the mood for it. I just knew that I had to come down and get it done. I didn't necessarily want to come down today because I don't necessarily have the time to do it. But this is the absolute rubbish that I dug out of the ground. So this is what it looks like underneath this weed suppressant. These massive roots, God knows what they are. Someone enlighten me if you want to, but if it's really bad, don't even tell me. And it looks like this as well. It's just absolutely everywhere under here. So yeah, no doubt about the fact that I have to do no dig on this allotment plot. Oh, there's a little Labrador looking at me. Yeah, obviously no dig apart from this rhubarb, but I'm covering it back over like this just to try and suppress those weeds that are there. Everything does look pretty dead underneath, sort of, but I'm sure it'll grow back next year. So yeah, I'm going to head back to the car with my tulips. I can't forget my tulips because I need to plant those in the garden. But yeah, that wasn't the cheeriest video from me, was it? It was a bit too much of a I can't be bothered for my liking. Oh gosh, that rain's really coming now. Yeah, I'm not really an I can't be bothered kind of girl, but I obviously just can't be bothered today, and that's unlike me, so I'm going to give it up as a good job. I've done the rhubarb, which is what I really wanted to get done. I need to come back and do my onions, but I'm glad to know from the label that I've got until December, which obviously we are in December now, but we're only at the start. So if I come down and do that next weekend, it's not the end of the world. We'll leave that one there for today. But yeah, coming down here and doing something, it's better than not coming down here and doing nothing, I suppose, isn't it? But yeah, that's me for the day. Not much else to say, but I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.